This is a video I've made of the factory, the tile factory, what we get up to at work. This section of the factory is the accessory section, where we make all the things like the tiles along the ridges of roofs and the edges of the roofs. Is where I work. That's not me, it's my colleague Mathieu. This press is the oldest press in the factory, and it's the last press where you still need manual intervention. You can see that Mathieu actually has to stick his hands in that press and catch the tiles. As the press turns, he reaches in, grabs a tile and sticks it onto the chassis that are on that conveyor belt behind him. It's hard work. Those tiles are very heavy, over 7 kilos each. Got to catch them neatly so they don't distort it, and nice and straight, so that you end up with good straight tiles at the other end. Those are ridge tiles. Those are 50 centimeter long ridge tiles, and they're going to get painted later probably. Here we see the tiles made yesterday. They're now dry, getting picked up by the grappin, a set of 4 fingers that pick up 4 tiles at a time and stick them onto a conveyor belt. That conveyor belt will take those dry tiles around the back of the press, where they go through a series of spray painters, so they can have a variety of colours put onto them.
Onto a conveyor belt.
The thing that you're missing with this video is the noise, because it was taken with my digital camera, which has no microphone. The noise, there's compressed air, there's the machine turning around, grinding and groaning. Here you can see the clay slugs being put into the molds down the top, forming them. Also bear in mind, this press never stops. If the operator wants to scratch his nose, he can't. He's got to keep catching those tiles. The only thing you can do if you need to stop is to hit the stop button, and then they'll ask you why. This is me stacking the tiles that you saw going around, coming out from underneath those spray painters. There's a bad one. It'll have to go in the bin. We spend 1 hour on the press where Mathieu was, and 1 hour here, because this work is less physical. But as you can see, it's also pretty damn boring. I'm taking the tiles off that conveyor belt, stacking them in the way that is required for the kilns, and putting them onto the balancelles, these swinging trays that are on a continuous chain that takes them around to the other side of the factory. People wonder why I don't go completely mad with boredom doing such a job. It gives you lots of time to think about the kind of stuff that I end up putting on YouTube. Here I'm showing you where the clay comes out of the mill, the mouleuse. It's cut by a wire. It's pre-shaped by a metallic opening at the end of the mouleuse, and the galettes, the clay slugs, arrive at the top of the press there, which we saw earlier. That has to be controlled, otherwise you end up with too much clay shooting around. This is just another detail on those tiles that are painted. So you can see that there's actually 3 different colours on there. There's an undercoat of ochre, and then a couple of sprays of straw and black. They get stuck on their balancelles. There's still some stray products hanging around there. The balance chain go up to the top of the factory and get carried around to the other side of the factory where the kilns are. It's handy when the chains are nice and empty, as they are here. The empty chain like this means that those are edge tiles. Those are rive ronde gauche. You see the G for gauche, so that's a left-handed tile in a straw color. When you can see the balancelles are empty, that means the guy at the other side of the factory is doing a decent job of taking the tiles off and getting them into the kiln. Sometimes if there's a hold-up, this chain can get absolutely chock full of tiles. Makes our life difficult, because the tiles keep coming off our press. We've got to find somewhere to put them. There's a whole tray of edge tiles. You can imagine what it's like when Stage has got those tiles on. Waiting for me because I haven't been taking them off. It stopped right now because it's the lunch break. There's the ascenseur, the tiles freshly made, stack up over there. That's another press called the Bongiani. There's the dry tiles on the descenseur. They come down. There's our press and another press called STP. This is the accessory section, and there are